I'm just going to let this run at real time here, and it's going to go on for about 8 minutes, so if you want to, fast forward through it, you won't be hurting my feelings. However, you might miss what I have to say in the middle of it, so what I'm going to do is, anything that I have to say that I think is important, maybe I should say it right now. And there's really only one thing, and that is, I think when I brushed it off with that paintbrush, well, that was a mistake, because I think I built up static electricity in that plastic, and it seemed to have picked up lint. The bottom of the hull there picked up lint when I was turning it over. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to sand there and reprime. I won't do that again. I'll use some sort of a very slightly dampened microfiber cloth or something. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, here we go for about another 7 minutes. Enjoy. There was a place up here near the bow, I think it was right around here on this side, where I thought I'd put it on too thick and I was afraid it was going to slump. But there's absolutely no sign of it. Now, looking close at my at the bow here, where that bulbous bow piece had to be inserted, and we had to do the filling and so on, I can see I'm gonna have to sand and maybe redo that. Now, here on the bottom, yeah, that is weird. I'm gonna have to sand that down. It picked up lint off of this cloth here, I guess. That's all I can think of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to resand that down too. And then right here, I was a little bit concerned that I might accidentally fill in that detailing, but there's no sign of it, being filled up, or I can see it quite clear. For the most part, I think it went pretty good. I've gone over this bow section again. I've sanded it down, I've reputtied, I've sanded that off, then I've put on the primer. I think this is going to have to do. Unless it's really, really noticeably bad, this is going to have to do. If I, get myself all tied in a knot over, one particular aspect that just isn't quite right, and I try to go at it like some sort of perfectionist, well, it's going to take all the fun out of it. I want to have fun here. I'm not a rivet counter. Well, like I said, though, if it's really, really bad, then I'll do something about it. Otherwise, this is it. There is no inline oiling system in my compressor system. In other words, if I'm going to be using my brad nailer or the headless pinner, I have to put a few drops of oil, well, usually 2 or 3, into the cylinder manually before I use it. That way I don't need to worry about anything, getting seized up or prematurely wearing down. Now, I do realize if you're going to be using nailers and stuff like that constantly, the best is to have an inline oiling system. But right now, I don't need to worry about oil coming out of it, spitting on the hull of the ship. Because my house is extremely dry, static electricity very quickly and easily builds up, especially if you're going to be rubbing something. Like brushing that hull. It obviously built up a charge that attracted dust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I know works to reduce electricity, and that is, well, you just sort of wipe everything down with a slightly dampened cloth. In this case, I'm using a microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to go over absolutely everything, including the hull. It's just very slightly dampened. It's not what you'd call wet. Well, I gotta tell you here, I was pretty nervous. In fact, I was so uptight that I forgot to, read my F words, and I forgot about the face mask, and right off the bat I noticed that, I forgot to put on the rubber gloves. But I thought, well, that's okay, the stuff washes off pretty good with soap and water, and it does too. But the face mask, it took about 2 minutes before I realized, it's not like I was smelling the paint real strong or anything. In fact, I wasn't smelling it at all. Maybe there's something wrong with my smeller. Either that or that, spray booth does a real good job of getting the particles out of the air. Anyway, we finally got ourselves organized here. Now, because I was having a hard enough time as it was remembering what to do here, I didn't want to be sidetracked by the camera, so I only recorded, doing the stern. But I did the midships and then the bow the same way. Notice, Jim, I said stern, midships, bow. And I remembered this time. Thanks for reminding me, by the way. Anyway, by the time I got through with the bow, the stern had dried, and I could sort of start all over again and look for little light blotchy spots, and yeah, and I think I did that twice actually, and I've got it pretty good here. I don't think I need to do it, again tomorrow, and I'll see how it looks after it completely cures, but I think it's pretty good. Oh, and this place on the bow here that I was kind of worried about, well, it's not too bad either. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to get away with it. And a little bonus here. I cleaned out that paint jar, and now I've got a little jar that I can put solvent in or something. Anyway, I think that's it for today. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.